One of the unfortunate consequences of our time, for which, by the way, there is an antidote, and yet one of the unfortunate consequences of our time, fear rules the day. What do I mean by that? You can see it by looking at the world around you or by listening to the sound of people's voices, by watching social media and seeing the comments that people write back and forth to one another, including all of the comments about how most of the comments are actually AI comments and whether or not we're afraid of that. But you can sense it. There's an undercurrent of anxiety, apprehension, fear, uncertainty that people don't necessarily accept a complete holistic understanding of their place in the universe, how they may do good in this world, and are instead being reinforced in this fortress of solitude and fear by all of the media that they are consuming in an attempt to actually connect and contribute to the world. It's one of the unfortunate consequences of the time we live in. There are solutions, many of them. There are many avenues out of this box that we find ourselves in, this box of fear. One of the first and foremost methods that I personally have used to great effect is through a consistent daily practice of some kind that brings me back to my center, which, by the way, is no center, which, by the way, is always moving. And yet, to just merely accept the fact that we have no center and it's always moving, that does not actually make us feel at ease. Because at that same time, we have a center in the moment. We have a center that is who we are. So to deny the existence of that is just as bad as to fixate on that solidity of the center of the self, that we might ignore the fact that things are changing all around us and hold fixed to something that makes us feel secure. Both of those things are true, that we are what we are, and that also we are always evolving and changing. So where does that leave room for a relationship with the world that is not based in fear? We can start by having compassion with ourselves for being in the predicament that we're in a world that feels confusing, that feels messy, that feels topsy-turvy. It's the state of things. It's always been the state of things and continues to do so. And that doesn't necessarily mean that there needs to be a problem about it or even a solution to it. Just accept and acknowledge the fact that things are the way that they are, topsy-turvy, weird, messy, and so on and so forth, without feeling like you need to escape from that or to modify it in any which way. Because that which we're talking about is actually yourself. It's actually who you are. It's actually the nature of the stuff that comprises your experience. And there is no you. This is the part that really gets people, but there is no you separate from anything else. This is where people tend to, and feel free to do it right now if this is too much for you, turn off the channel, turn off the video. I don't want to talk about it, or I already know that, I don't need to hear it, or that's just weird, or whatever, just a bunch of boring nonsense. That's where people lose it, because for most of us, we don't really inhabit that world. If we're honest, we don't inhabit the world where every moment we're at one with everything around us, particularly with things we don't like, people we find distasteful. That's where the freedom comes. It's the fear of the things that we don't like and things that are unknown, things that could be harmful or could change us in ways we don't want. That is the separating force, that fear that keeps those things at bay. So even by presenting this message like this and saying you're one with yourself, one with the universe, if you're not really on board with that and you're not ready for that, then you're going to have, whether it comes out as boredom or disinterest or I'm thinking of something else, I'm going to go on to the next thing, because this message I'm talking about, when I come back to it, is ultimately the only message that there is. There isn't a second message to be received. And all of the other stuff we do, technology, AI, spiritual stuff, all of that stuff that we do, busy work, buying things, TVs, it's so much extra noise on top of the original message. Original message being that you are that which you are and you are one with everything, or everything is one with you, or everything is you. However, there are some nuances there, but at the end of the day, that's all nitpicking, which doesn't really matter. And so we come back to that timeless state, which, hey, you know what? It's hard to hold that up against wars and doing laundry and stuff like that. It's hard to hold it up. But we do always come back to that timeless state. That's why I say that the first tool that I have is just a daily practice. And if you do nothing else besides that, I think that's in and of itself probably sufficient. Maybe not going to get you all the way, but step one. Have to start where you are because it's all about you. Life is paradoxical like that. When I would say it's all about you, that could be taken the wrong way. It could be taken to say that it's all about being selfish or it's all about being egocentric. That's not what I mean. It's all about you, which is ironic because it isn't about you at all. That's the freedom. And that's the weird bit about it is you have to realize this is all about you. All the things that are happening are related to you in a way. And yet, you're not at the center of it. You're not even in control of it. You have to see it from your own point of view first, though. That's why I say it's all about you. Don't think that the things happening across the street are separate from you, because they aren't. They're very much related to you. Do the plants and the animals and things across the street and people have their own you? Yeah, they do. Do they have their own version of consciousness in their own mind? Yeah, they do. But that's not what you're experiencing. You're experiencing your version. So start with that. Before you can get to the place where it's actually not about you at all, that's letting go of the self, which is a great freedom, great liberation. When you start to detach from because we go around the world centralized. I'm here, I'm there, I'm moving this way, I'm going down the road. When we can zoom out from that a little bit, get a bird's eye view, it's like, oh, wait, I'm just one little character that's moving on this road over there. Oh, I'm gone. And now you see some other things are happening in front of you. That's the observer. That's maybe like the eye of God looking from up above. There's a sense of omniscience or omnipotence. You can see everything on the playing field. But that actually is a perspective that you can have. Where the you I'm saying is so important, is actually just this one little figure on the board. You don't have to, you can take a step back. You don't have to zoom in and just be that guy or that girl or that person all the time. Take a step back. It's like playing The Sims or playing with dolls. Third person. So usually you're going to be in it like this as a singular person, but there is a different view as well. So there's always more to it. There's always another side of the story. And in usual Charles fashion, my story now is that I need to go and eat some food and then go do something else besides making videos. Don't have much time for videos these days, but I hope that this finds you well, and I hope that you are you.